How did my morning selfie accidentally reveal my boyfriend's double life? I was rushing to work and snapped a quick photo to show off my new skincare routine results. Posted it with some motivational caption about self-love. Then my phone started buzzing nonstop with DMs. Comments like, "Girl, check the reflection in your window behind you," and "Zoom in on the background." I looked closer and my blood went cold. In the apartment building across from mine, you could see straight into someone's kitchen window through my bedroom window's reflection. A guy who looked exactly like my boyfriend Thomas was making breakfast with a woman in a bathrobe. She was holding a baby. Thomas was supposed to be at his mom's house 3 hours away helping her move. Had been planning this trip for weeks. I zoomed in until my phone was practically touching my nose. Same dark hair, same shoulders, same way of standing with one hip cocked out. But I'd never seen that apartment, that woman, or that baby. My hands were shaking as I called him immediately. "Hey babe, how's the move going with your mom?" I tried to keep my voice normal, but it came out all high-pitched. "Oh, just carrying boxes all day. Mom's got so much junk, I swear she's kept every magazine from 1987. He sounded totally normal, maybe a little out of breath. I could hear traffic in the background though, not moving trucks or his mom's quiet suburban street. When I asked him to FaceTime me, he said his phone battery was dying and he'd forgotten his charger. That's when I did something insane. I grabbed my binoculars from our camping gear and posted up at my bedroom window like some kind of private investigator. For 2 solid hours, I watched that apartment window. The guy never left. He was playing with the baby, bouncing it around the kitchen, doing dishes, making lunch, acting like he lived there, like this was his normal Sunday routine with his family. The woman kept bringing him coffee, and they'd kiss when she passed by. Not like roommates, like a couple with a baby. When Thomas called back that evening, I asked about his day. He went on about moving his mom's china cabinet, how heavy it was, taking the legs off, the whole story. I asked for a photo. "Oh, forgot to take any pictures, was too busy," he laughed. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept staring at my selfie, zooming in on that window, convincing myself I was seeing things. But the more I looked, the more certain I became. The next morning, I did something even crazier. I reverse searched my selfie and found the building's address, 12 blocks away, called in sick and drove over. At 7:47 a.m., Thomas walked out in a business suit with briefcase and travel mug. Same job he'd told me about, but from a different address. I sat in my car feeling like I was going to throw up. This wasn't just cheating. This was an entire other life. Another relationship, another home, probably another lease with his name on it. My phone buzzed with a text from him. "Morning beautiful, missing you. Mom's house is chaos, but should be done by tonight." I screenshotted it and drove straight to his real apartment. Used my key to get in. All his stuff was still there, but it felt different now, like a prop house designed to fool me. I started looking through everything with new eyes. Found a second phone charger in his nightstand. Different brand than the one he always used. Found receipts from restaurants I'd never been to, for meals for 2 people. Found a gym membership across town, nowhere near his work or my place. When he came over that night, acting all tired from his long day of moving, I had everything laid out on my coffee table. The selfie blown up on my laptop screen. Screenshots of his lies. The receipts. The extra phone charger. "So," I said, sitting across from him like we were in an interrogation room, "tell me about your other family." His face went completely white, and he just stared at the evidence like he couldn't process what he was seeing. Turns out he'd been living a double life for 8 months. The woman was his ex-girlfriend Sienna, and the baby was his son. They'd gotten back together, but he couldn't bring himself to break up with me, so he just kept both relationships going. He'd been telling her the same lies about work trips and family obligations, using me as his excuse to be away from them, and them as his excuse to be away from me. My accidental selfie had blown up his entire carefully constructed house of cards,